Hi, I'm Lawrence Tabostos, Core-Ma, and welcome to Speaking of Elements, a talk show concerning elements and, the speaking of them. Today, our first guest is going to be Carl Gustav Mossender here with us today. Come on up, Carl. Come on, I said. Let's hear it for, Carl. Let's hear it. Okay, anyways, hi Carl, how you doing? Shake the hand of the man.
I need my sheet. He's got my goddamn sheet. Shit. I just don't care about it that much.
Okay. Welcome to Speaking of Elements with Lawrence Tabostos-Ma. Hi, and I'm Lawrence Tabostos-Ma, and welcome to Speaking of Elements, a talk show about elements and the speaking surrounding them. Today, we have a fine guest. His name is Carl Gustav Mossender, and we are proud to have him on the show. Come on out, Carl. Let's hear it for Carl, huh, ladies and gentlemen? Nice to have you with us today.
Nice to meet you,
Crowd, they
Lawrence.
love you.
Yeah.
They love you.
Yep.
Okay.
Most do, you know.
Yeah. Well, Carl Gustav Mossender here.
Hmm.
Famous man. Great. You want sugar? All right, that's great. Now, Carl, how you doing?
I'm good, Lawrence. I mean, flew in all the way from Sweden. Feeling good.
It's good that you're here.
Glad
I'm
to be on your show. Heard a lot about your show.
Glad to have you here. Yeah, good, great. What's the name of the element you discovered?
Well, happens to be named lanthanum. That's Lanthum.
Lanthanum. I think I've heard of that before. Now, what year did you isolate it, and where did you do that, anyways?
Well, I
You all right?
yeah.
It's a coffee. Must
Sorry.
be that,
Someone
water.
told me a joke backstage, and I just
Oh, I know.
All
It
right.
happens to me all the time.
Well, it was actually isolated in 1839 in my hometown of Stockholm, Sweden.
Jeez. Is that influenza?
Yep.
Does it? So, now what year do you isolate it?
Dude, alright, come on.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
move.
can't do that.
No, the first few times, they're always like that. That was a wicked good intro, though. You're like, ladies and gentlemen, and it's like,
Welcome to Speaking of Elements with Lawrence Tabostos-Ma. Well, let's have our first guest, people, Carl Gustav Mossender. Let's hear it, folks. Welcome to the show, Carl.
hey, Lawrence.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
That's great. The crowd seems to like you.
Yeah, I'm popular.
Well, I have a great crowd. I mean, cheering.
I like him.
So how was your flight?
It's great. Flew in from Stockholm, Sweden. It's pretty good travel, but, you know, it gets tedious.
Yeah, I mean the flight. So, now, Carl, what's the name of the element you discovered?
Actually, happens to be called lanthanum. It's the first element in the lanthanoid series.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Well, it is an achievement.
Yeah,
If that, I mean, if that's wow.
yeah,
Fine.
that's great. Now, what year did you? So you isolated it.
Yep.
Okay, what year was that in?
That happened to fall under the year of 1839.
Now,
That's
where-
1839. I'm sorry.
Whereabouts did you do this?
My hometown of Stockholm, Sweden. Actually,
Wow,
I was working around
great town,
Yeah.
great town.
Stockholm, Sweden.
Lots of beautiful people and
They're surrounded all over the
sports.
place. Sports. It's great.
Now, when you're preparing lanthanum, what's the method?
Well, actually, the method is not too complex, but I partially decomposed a sample of cerium nitrate, and then by heating and treating the resulting salt with dilute nitric acid, and that gives me lanthanum, and I discovered that.
So you'd say that whole process yields lanthanum.
Yeah, well, yields is the word that we would probably use back home.
Okay. Little Stockholm humor, I guess. Right. Okay, let's take a short break.
All right. Someone told me to joke backstage.
Yeah.
It's killer.
Yeah.
It's good water. Can you come back on soon?
Yeah. Just enjoy your coffee.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Back. Okay. Hi. Welcome back to Speaking of Elements with Lawrence Tobostos-Muh, with our guest here, Carl Gustav Mossender.
That's it.
Now we just heard about his discovery of the element that he discovered, which when he discovered it, he named it lanthanum, and how he isolated it, and when and where he did this, and how he prepared it. So, got a good background on it.
It's pretty good background.
Yeah, I mean, if I was looking for backgrounds in a store and I saw that one on the shelf, nice little price tag, nice little number, might fit myself pretty good, I'd pick it up. Now, let's get to the facts. How about?
All right. I'm just gonna give you some basic facts, Lawrence. Some stuff that'll help you on
Now,
those science tests. Back in America, I know you guys test those often.
Yeah, we test a lot
Yeah.
on science.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you some stuff that'll help you out.
All right.
The basic facts. So the symbol of my element here, lanthanum, is La. That's a capital L and a lowercase a.
See, I wouldn't have thought that.
Now, why is that? Do they teach you something in America that I should know about?
See, I don't know. I would have thought LN, but I guess. Well, I'm
It
not
all-
a scientist.
Well, it all roots back to Latin times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a scientist, so
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And actually, yeah, you shouldn't interrupt me again. And the atomic number happens to be number 57, which falls as the first element in the lanthanoid series there. And
Where?
there.
The periodic table of elements?
Oh, yeah, I figured
Oh.
you'd know that. All right. And we got the atomic mass happens to be 138.9055. And for all you simple math people, you can round that to 139
Simple.
grams.
Continue.
All right. Density, we're talking 6.15 grams per centimeter cubed is what the density is. The melting point, 918 degrees Celsius. And that is, as you would know, 1,684 degrees Fahrenheit.
See, I know when I get in the sauna,
Yeah,
I sweat.
you sweat.
And that's, what, like 100 couple degrees?
Yeah.
And I sweat. So now we're talking about 918 degrees
That's
Celsius?
Celsius.
Oh my god.
And that's the melting point.
I don't think I could stand that.
That's where we're talking melt.
Lanthanum is a pretty strong element.
Yeah.
As far as melting goes.
Yeah. And now the boiling point. Of course, it's going to increase here. We're talking 3,464 degrees Celsius.
No. I don't
Yes,
believe
Lawrence, yes, I'm not going to let you poke fun at me.
it. I can't
I'm-
believe that,
Celsius.
folks.
No.
Can you believe that at home? I didn't think so.
And, that converts to 6,267 degrees Fahrenheit. We're
I'm
talking
sweating
about
already.
we're talking about a serious element here. I'm not gonna mess around with you.
Wow. Now, can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah.
Because this is my show.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't even think it was his show. Now, what is lanthanum soluble in?
Soluble in dilute acids, which soluble in that.
Those are dilute.
Right. Dilute acids, and it's not. It's insoluble in nothing.
Now, when I find myself fearing things such as lions, tigers, and bears,
Oh my.
yeah. Now, should I make it lions, tigers, bears, and lanthanum? I mean, should I fear this element?
Well-
Is it dangerous to my health?
Well, let me tell you, Lawrence. Can I call you Lawrence?
No.
Okay. Well, there are some dangerous properties involved with lanthanum. It has a low to moderate acute toxicity rating. I'm sorry. Yeah, toxicity. I'm sorry. That word gets me every time. Toxicity
It
rating.
must be the Swedish to English.
Yeah, it gets me.
I see that.
Jet
Weird.
lag too.
So overall, is it dangerous?
There's other elements that are more dangerous.
Yeah.
This is, it has dangerous properties as you
But-
would expect.
But it's not the most dangerous.
Oh no.
Okay, alright, that's all. Now, are there any compounds? And believe me,
Yeah.
if they are,
Yeah.
are they dangerous? Are they beneficial? Or
Oh, there
are
are.
they both?
Let me tell you, there are compounds. And there are dangerous compounds. And they're dangerous because they are poisonous in high concentrations. They're poisonous. in high
Like a
con-
snake?
Yeah.
Like a poisonous snake is?
Yes. Poisonous.
Okay.
And there are also beneficial, useful compounds, which we like to talk about. There's, lanthanum fluoride and lanthanum oxide. They're used in the making of phosphorus. Alright? Phosphorus. You learned that yet in science?
I've heard of it.
Lawrence.
Yeah, I told you not to go with that.
Um,
Now, are there any commercial preparations?
Well, wait, I'm not done telling you about the beneficial uses. Alright?
Alright,
Still
see
talking
who's
about
running the
compounds
show here.
Alright.
Carl?
It's used to make special kinds of glass, lanthanum is. And it is used in making optical fibers, which is a new technology used with computers, optical fibers.
Now
we're talking
that's
about
not no lawnmower. That's expensive.
optical fibers we're talking. Alright. And lanthanum is also a major component of mish metal, which is used for making lighter flints.
What? Mish?
Mish metals. It's used for making lighter flints, and I'm going to show you a little demonstration here. When you click your little lighter, and that flame comes out, that takes a little bit of gas
Yeah.
and a spark. Now that spark is made.
Where does that spark come from, Carl?
The spark is inside here, right here, and we're talking the flint is hitting the steel, which makes the spark, which hits your gas, which composes a flame, and that's that's lanthanum is a key part of that process. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool
Ow.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
fire can hurt too. You have to watch that.
Yeah.
And it's also used in ductile cast iron lanthanum. So I got this little iron here.
Yeah, you
Lanthanum.
had trouble getting that past security, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Now, I warned them about you.
Yes. It's heavy.
It's about 14 pounds.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Alright, well, that's
Alright.
great. Now, are there any commercial preparations?
Yeah. There's a reduction process, Lawrence. Sorry. I'll call you Lower.
No, you'll call me Mr. Tabostos.
Okay.
Dashman.
Okay. And within this reduction process, there is a chemical equation, alright? And that is 2La F3 plus 3Ca yields 2La plus 3CaF2. And that is, the reduction process. Balanced, I balanced it for you. And, yeah, that's the commercial preparation.
Wow. No, you've given me a lot of information. You
Yes.
seem to know. Well, that's probably because you discovered it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've had about enough of you.
Okay.
Let's take a short break. and we'll have our next guest.
All right.
Let me see you to the door.
All right.
Well, we're back. Yeah, welcome back to the Speaking of Elements with Lawrence Tabostos, Cor de M. Our next guest, Hans Christian Orsted. Come on on.
How you doing, Mr. Hofstas?
Good. How you doing?
Good to see
That's
you.
great.
Good to see you.
That's great.
Sorry about these glasses. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Yeah,
Good to
you
meet
too.
the fellow
Yeah.
science.
Now, he
science
discovered
community.
lanthanum.
Did he?
Lanthanum.
That's let me shake your hand again for that one. That's
Aluminum?
actually aluminium is the correct pronunciation.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So it's quite all right. It's quite all right.
You know what I discovered?
What did you discover?
A dead mouse under my pillow last night that
Oh.
my cat left for me.
Oh, that's not.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, but anyways, on to the British subject. Now,
Right.
what's the element that you discovered? Because I know you discovered one, but
Well, actually, what I discovered was
Oh.
sweet.
well,
Excuse me. You know, my throat.
partake in it.
Little nervous.
Well, once in a while, our throats have to be
You gotta.
lubricated by
you gotta
some
wet-
water.
Right.
Gotta wet the whistle.
Well, you see, what happened was
Yes. that's
long
what.
back a while ago, I discovered this element. It's called aluminium. It's a very commonly used. It's most people call it aluminum because most people.
I know I do.
Yeah, that's because most people aren't too bright.
Mr.
But
Tabostos, I call it aluminum too. Just-
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
so I guess we aren't bright then.
yeah, you really aren't. No, sorry to say. Well, anyway, I discovered it. It was a pretty big discovery for mankind. It was a pretty big thing.
Like walking on the moon.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Because that was a big step.
Right. It was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, I believe.
As a whole.
Now, I thought it was one jump for women and one giant step for men.
I never heard that. No, I don't think so.
Mr. Tabostos, if I could cut in here. I think you're wrong.
I think I agree with my colleague here, my friend, my fellow science.
Well, I'm not going to
Person.
sit here and be attacked by you two,
No.
so we're just going to keep with
Why
what
don't
the
you
show's
continue
about.
on
The show
with-
is called
Let's just.
Speaking of Elements with Lawrence Tabostos. That's me. Now,
Excuse me.
you isolated it.
Right.
And what year was that?
That was actually in the year of 1825.
So that's
That's 14 years after I discovered it. No, 14 years
Prior.
prior to.
prior.
Oh, excuse me.
So all
Prior.
right. So now where?
before.
Where?
I did that in Denmark, actually.
Now where's
Nice
that?
little- Yeah,
That's,
where did
that's,
Denmark?
I
That's
don't
next to
know.
Texas,
all
right?
all I know is I got on the plane from there, and I came here, and I'm here now. I mean, that's
now
all
Denmark.
I know.
That's next to Texas, right?
Maybe it just might be. I think it's very possible.
I don't think so.
No, where do you say?
Denmark?
Yeah.
It's over near Maryland?
Now that I think of it, that might be. You might have a point. You might be correct.
Right.
Scientists can be a little cuckoo sometimes. It's something
Right,
we have to deal
right.
with. But we.
Okay.
Hmm.
We're just gonna have to go ahead and stop getting off the subject.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Now, by what
Oh.
means do they isolate lanthanum?
Well, it's a really lengthy process. Actually, it's quite involved. It's See, what happens is we have to go through the Bayer process. The Bayer process is what I said. The Bayer, B-A-Y-E-R, Bayer process.
Like the medicine.
Right, exactly. Like the
Except
medicine company, right? Exactly. They make the aspirin,
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And what happens is we mine the bauxite. We mine the bauxite, and once we do that, excuse me, are you listening to
Yeah,
me?
I'm with you.
Okay. Once we mine the bauxite, we have to remove all the impurities that are in it. So what we do is we treat it with a sodium hydroxide solution, and this makes sodium aluminate and sodium silicate.
Yeah.
Now, You might find this boring, but I find it quite interesting. So you might just.
No, it's great. It's good. Speaking of elements with Lawrence DeBostos here.
Well, anyway. After once you get these two, the sodium aluminate and the sodium silicate, you blow CO2 through it, and what happens is the aluminum hydroxide precipitates off, and the hydroxide is filtered off and washed and treated. What happens then is it forms alumina, which we would refer to as Al2O3. It's what we would.
That's
refer.
very interesting.
It's quite interesting, actually.
Shows between me and Hans.
Anyway, once we have the alumina, we use electrolysis to get the aluminum, because aluminum is a very electropositive atom.
Yeah.
It's a very electropositive element. Once we induce the charge with the electrolysis, we get the pure aluminum. It's quite interesting, actually, once you see it done.
Okay, now I gotta hit the can. Do you want to just give us some background information on aluminum?
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Well, okay. Well, aluminum's symbol is Al. It's element number 13.
You can talk to me if you want.
Oh, okay. Smashing, good, brilliant. Its atomic weight actually is 26.981538.
That's way less than mine.
Wow.
Way less than
What
mine.
was yours again? Would you?
150.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
wow. That's real. Wow. That's quite heavy. How,
You can face it.
How do you?
Feel very relieved.
That's
right
good.
Now.
That's good. I
Feel
kind of
great.
wish I could go too. I've been bunged up recently. It hasn't
Yeah.
been that great. Anyway, moving right along. As I was saying, aluminium's melting point is a whopping 660.32 degrees Celsius. It's quite hot, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's as hot as lead.
Yeah, I don't believe it is.
It was pretty hot, if I remember correctly. And the boiling point is an extremely hot 2,519 degrees
So
Celsius.
now mine is much higher than that.
Really?
Yes, mine's at the 3,400 range.
Oh, that's quite high.
Yes.
That's quite high. Yes.
Not trying to outdo you.
Oh no! I mean, it's not you that's outdoing me. It's
The lanthanum.
It's the lanthanum outdoing my aluminium.
Aluminium.
My child. My.
Come
Chap.
down.
Yeah.
Calm
now,
down.
have some water. Okay, take it easy.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I get a little overreactive.
Right.
Sorry.
Now, what are some of them uses of aluminum that they?
Wait,
What are people-
them uses? Some of them uses.
Yeah.
Well, you see aluminium all the time in your life,
Aluminum.
every day. Aluminium, actually. You see it all the time in everyday life. Such examples would be your cans of food.
Now, did you steal this from the waiting room?
No. What would make you think that?
I don't know, but alright, anyway, so this is aluminium, right?
Correct. You are correct. That is aluminium.
Pretty sturdy,
It's actually
pretty lightweight,
it's lightweight. That's what adds to its
pretty
easy-
strong.
Yes.
I don't think this would melt if I tried.
Not until you heated it to 660.32 degrees Celsius.
And I know I can't do that.
No, not without special heating measures. Special tools. Hot fire.
So it's used in cans like soda cans and that kind
Oh
of
yeah.
thing.
Oh yes. It's used in all types of cans. It's also used for such things as foils. You might have heard of such a
Aluminum
thing.
foil.
Yes, an aluminium.
I heard
foil.
of that.
Yeah. You use it all the time. If you put it in the microwave, it'll give you quite a shock. Quite the dazzling.
We don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, we're very serious about it. Shocking. I had an incident.
What happened? What would you like to?
Yeah, that's enough. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
But I thought it was. I guess
Why don't you finish up?
Yeah, just finish up. Okay, let's.
it's also used in utensils. Alumina occurs naturally as ruby, sapphire, corundum, and emery. It's used in glass making and refractories. Sorry. I don't understand why you have to be so rude to me.
Why don't you continue? Get over it, man.
If aluminium is evaporated in a vacuum, it forms a highly reflective coating, which can be used in such things as mirrors, toys, and decorative papers. Don't need you guys mocking me either.
Is that all?
I discovered aluminium. Don't you respect
Are you
that?
done?
Yes.
Alright. Security. Why don't you just go on over there before security? Let's hear it. Alright, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
I enjoyed you. Yes. Great show today. Let's hear it. For Carl, huh?
Oh,
Alright. I'll see you later.
aluminium is pretty interesting. Not half as interesting as my aluminum.